Good evening. Today is September the 4th, 2018. I want to thank you tonight for being here with us. The thought for today, if you find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. That's Frank Clark. Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and officially call this meeting to order tonight. Tonight we have with us Zion Baptist Church, Dr. Lane Collins. We have a special guest with us tonight. If you guys would please come up. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Introduce yourselves. The guests that you have with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your ministry. Pray for our community. As you know, we had an officer who got injured in the line of duty on yesterday. I had the opportunity today to go up and to visit with him and his family, and I just want to say that if there's ever been a time that the community needs to get together to pray, the time is now. So, sir, if you would, and also Commissioner Henderson's wife was in the hospital as well. If you would keep her in your prayers as well. But if you would, please don't forget about them in the press. Thank you, sir.
Chairman Bates, thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's a very special honor. My name is Lane Collins. I'm the senior pastor of the Zion Baptist Church here in Newton County. Been here since October, and so I'm still on my honeymoon. My wife Julie, of course, is with me. Our boys are older, 27, 24. They're in Brantley, so they're still living in Cochran, Georgia, where we moved from. Of course, Zion sits on Highway 20 and Highway 212 intersection right there in Newton. We're not far from Henry County as well as Rydell. So we pull from 3 different counties. And the church has a very distinguished history. I'm honored to be carrying on the legacy that so many pastors as well as their people have created. I believe in almost 190 something years the church has been there. And so thank you again for the opportunity to be here. I have with me tonight, this is Frank Dawes, one of our associate pastors, and Mr. John Head, one of our deacons.
I am a lifetime resident of Newton County, born in Cordell in 1946, graduated Newton County High School. In '64, the year they won the AA championship in basketball. Ron Bradley was the coach. But I'm the community pastor at Zion Baptist Church, and as community pastor, we want to become the church the community cannot do without. And so some of the things that we're doing is we are partnering with 3 of our schools, 2 elementary schools and a middle school. We feed the teachers 4 times a year. We provide school supplies if they need them. We fund other things. We also do their field day. We do open house for them. A lot of things we do. Also, we're going to try to get involved in Special Olympics this year. And here you can have a contact for that. So we're involved in keep Newton County clean. The thing that happens every year. So that's kind of what I do. I look for ways that we can get involved in the community to help the community and meet needs in the community.
Sir.
Let's pray. Father, we're thankful as representatives of Zion Baptist Church just to have this honor tonight to address the Board of Commissioners and to pray for each of them, their needs, as well as the needs of our community here in Newton County. Father, as a brand new resident here, Father, I am concerned, we all are concerned about the growth, the physical growth of our county, but Father, also the spiritual growth. And Father, I pray specifically for every man, every woman upon this board as they make decisions, as they look through documents, and as they make decisions for the general welfare of Newton County. Father, I pray that your hand of blessing, your hand of sovereignty, your hand of guidance would be upon each and every one of them as they lead, as well as when they serve, or as they serve. Father, the one thing that we do pray for is the welfare of the people within Newton County. And Father, tonight we do specifically pray for Matt Cooper. Why things happen as they do, Father, I don't really know. Sometimes there are many more questions than answers, it seems. But Father, one thing that is for certain is that you are the great physician, and Father, you are sovereign. And Father, I do pray for complete healing for Mr. Cooper tonight. Father, I pray for the doctors and the nurses who are administering treatment to his body. And Father, we just claim that your hand of healing would continue to be upon him in a very personal and a very powerful way. Father, I pray for his wife, Kristen. Father, as she is there beside him, being with him every moment of every day. I pray for his family. And Father, we just lay this particular need at your feet. And Father, the other individual who has needs with his or her family, Father, I just lift those needs up to you as well. Father, we all have needs. And Father, looking to you, we understand that you answer our prayers and you keep our best interest at heart. Father, I pray for the proceedings tonight. Father, I pray that everything would be in order, everything would be according to your plan. And Father, finally, I pray for Chairman Baines. Father, thank you for his leadership. Thank you for his invitation to be here tonight. And Father, I pray blessings upon everything that happens tonight, as well as what happens in the future. May the results of tonight's meeting bring prosperity to Newton County and those who live here. Father, we owe our very lives to you. We're thankful for who you are. Father, we love you. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen.
If you have to join me as we pledge the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you so much for what Zion do in our community. Thank you so much again. Next on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. I seek a motion, please. There's been a motion by Commissioner Sims, and second by Commissioner Edwards. Any discussion? All in favor? It passes 4-0. Thank you. Next on the agenda is item number 5, citizen comments. At this time, we allow 3 minutes for citizens to come up and speak about agenda topics only. If you would, please come up and state your name and your address for the record, please. You have 3 minutes to do so.
My name is Sarah Dobie. I live at 135 Hunter Ridge Drive down in the tip of Newton County. And I am very disturbed about items 9 and 10 on the agenda. Items number 9. I used to be a guide at the Gaithers Plantation, and I am highly in favor of preservation. But this doesn't look like preservation. I don't know what in heaven's name that is. It's spending nearly $60,000 out there when we don't even have good roads to get there. Seems to be an outlandish, rash spending of money by a county that doesn't have rash money to spend. I don't know how I can make my negativity more plain, but this is really ridiculous. Now, as far as 10 goes, we are looking at the county having to put up a large portion of money for a project for which there are, again, are absolutely no details. How are anybody, citizenry or even you on the board, supposed to be able to make an intelligent decision when the citizens have not been given any opportunity for input on either 9 or 10. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else? Anyone else? Thank you. Next on the agenda is the chairman's report. Tonight in the chairman's report, we have a special guest with us, Mr. Mike Hopkins. Tonight, he's going to come and give us an update on from Beacon County Water and Sewer. Thank you, Mr. Hopkins, tonight for being here with us. Sir, we did such a great job last week at the JDA. I thought it would be good tonight to have you be here tonight. So if you would tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on.
Okay, Brian, I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds on the clock. I do appreciate you letting me come here tonight, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, talk a little bit about what's going on with the Water and Sewer Authority. This spring will be 49 years old, and I've been there for 22 years, so we've been around for a while. And we're fixing to embark on our largest capital improvement expansion in the 49-year history of the Water and Sewer Authority. Brought a slide here where we can go over some of the projects. If you'll look, if you can see on this slide here, each dot represents a capital improvement project that we're doing. Blue represents water, green represents wastewater. The highlighted green area is sewer service only. And so just keep that in mind when we start talking about water. I mean, sewer service delivery and having sewer, we're in no way advocating it to be all over the county, only in those defined areas. And water's a different story. We do have service delivery for all unincorporated areas of Beacon County. If you can, probably can't see it real well here, but right here what we're going to embark on in the next 5 years is we're going to spend about $26 million for capital improvement projects in water. To say that water and sewer infrastructure is cheap is an understatement. It's very expensive to put together, a lot of costs there. And all these things are needed within the county. And that's on top of what the county's fixing to spend and upgrading with Ms. Brown here. We'll talk to you a little bit about the treatment plants that y'all are spending. So we're looking at jointly together spending a little over $50 million in the next 5 to 10 years improving our water system. It is critical infrastructure that we need. A lot of that $26 million, if you can look up into that green section to the east there, you see 4 dots. Those 4 dots are at the historic Heartland's mega site. That's an elevated storage tank, a ground storage tank, pump station, and a large diameter transmission water main. And that will serve all of Stanton Springs as well because it's a high point of that section of Beacon County, which defers some of the costs of not having to go so far up with it. Those are the main items. That's probably about $12 million out of that 26 for those 4 items there. Going to sewer, if you look at the item, it's about $43 million. The largest portion of that goes to funding the Little River Water Reclamation Plant, which is on the south side of Stanton Springs. It has metro limits, stream discharge. So that means the water going back into the Little River will be better than the quality of it is right now. It is metro limits, so it is very expensive to do, but that will handle the Stanton Springs area, the historic Heartlands, East Atlanta mega site, and any of the growth that's going to occur in that little green area there to the east. Trying to think of any other things that are going on with the sewer. Mainly that's the big part. We do have some line work in there that will handle Stanton Grove in the 1,400 acres between Highway 11 and 278. So it's a pretty ambitious plan. Getting $72 million worth of capital improvement projects out in the next 5 years is a pretty tall order for a staff of 52 people. We do run about 4 engineering consultants. We did do a great project with Baxter when it came in 2012, running 6 contractors and 6 engineering groups at the same time to convey that wastewater from Stanton Springs all the way back to Porterville. So I open it up for any questions or any thoughts. Or
Thank you, sir. I'm going to ask you, can you take a couple of questions? Sure. Commissioner Schultz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mike, for being here.
Oh,
We
you're welcome.
appreciate it. So I'm looking at this brown dot that says miscellaneous projects 2019, what is that?
Those are consolidated projects that don't fall under water, wastewater. It'd be like vehicle repurchase. You know, we bought the Coral property next door in the 8 acres when Mr. BC passed away. That is going to become a maintenance / environmental center. So we're going to be spending some capital dollars there. And it also includes any studies or anything like we have. We have about $600,000 a year in undesignated projects that we utilize that which would be engineering consulting work. So that's part of that 3.7 million. It's just not designated. The blue is designated for linear work, pipeline work, and the green are sewer infrastructure.
Do you have any, more information about the Kroll Center that something that we can have a little bit more detail about what's going on? I saw a nice fence there.
Yeah, well, we're trying to secure the area because we're expanding the main campus. We're moving from 8 acres to 16 acres now. And the home is full of asbestos, and we had to remediate that. And we're right now working with an architect, trying to get it to that. But what we would like to have is a meeting area that can handle larger board meetings. You've been out to our office, you know that you don't want to handle about 20 people. Plus, we also want to be able to accommodate about 40 to 50 people to do training. I teach at GWP, Georgia Association of Water Professionals. We go around every year. We look for places, and that's pretty convenient here in Buchanan. We've used the center in the past. I would like to have a facility at our place where we can utilize that, maybe rent it out as some kind of meeting rooms. Right now, we can't do that with our main office.
So you're going to retain the house and just upgrade it? There's not going to be a new building there?
We hope not. We would love to keep it. We told the family that's what we would like to do, to be able to maintain the overall structure and do a lot of additions to the back.
Anyone else? Thank you, Mike, for being here tonight. I really appreciate you coming and giving us an update. I'm so happy to finally see that the board and the water authority is actually working together. So I'm excited about the future of Butte County, so I appreciate it much.
Absolutely. We've got a lot to look forward to. We want to be there to help provide the service we need to. Thank you for letting me be here tonight.
Thank you, sir. Next is county manager report tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've asked James Brown, the Director of Water Resources, to be here tonight to give you a little bit of an update on what has been happening out of the Orange Creek plant. And also, he's going to give you a little bit of an overview here in just a minute. And then what we'd like to do is to try to schedule a work session before our next meeting so that he can have the consultants here who are doing the water rate study and have some more in-depth information. But before I let him go, just a couple of things I wanted to mention to you that have been going on, and that is, one is with Development Services. The Georgia Association of Zoning Administrators conducted a workshop that I believe that Ms. Johnson attended. And this is timely because the topic of the conference, or rather the meeting, was on solar energy and on wind energy as well. So, and we're moving towards getting those ordinances together. Emergency management has been doing some training on NIMS, which is the National Incident Management System. NIMS 400 is a very basic course, but what we are doing is taking all of those sensitive positions where personnel would be most likely called upon to take part in emergency operations during a storm or inclement weather. And we are conducting the classes for them on basic NIMS courses so that they're better able to prepare to do their jobs and also to understand that system. That system was originally put in place by the U.S. Forestry Service when they started fighting all of these wildfires years and years ago. And also
It is a system that GEMA and FEMA both look to when we're completing project work reports and worksheets for reimbursement. So the nomenclature and the language and all that's used in there is very important for our, to recoup our expenses. Rivers Alive is scheduled for
September 15th, and so want to make sure that people are aware of that. And also finally, just to remind everybody that on September 25th, there'll be a town hall meeting at 7 p.m. So now I'll turn it over to Mr. Brown, and he can tell you a little bit about what's going to happen in this month.
Thank you, sir. Welcome tonight. I told Mr. Brown earlier, it's water night, so.
Thank you for having me this evening and good evening. Just a brief overview. We have received the GEFA loan for $23.3 million. We are putting the verbiage together for a package for your consideration to accept the loan. We're also almost complete with the water rate analysis on showing how we're going to pay for that. It was supposed to be done for this meeting, but we had some good news that we actually was able to pay off the 2010 bond early. So we had to go back and calculate those numbers. And looking at it so far, I'm pretty pleased on how far the numbers fell down. So we'll have those numbers for you on the 18th, on the board meeting on the 18th. And we would like to do a work session. We'll have PRG consultant that we're using to run those numbers along with the current staff to accommodate those numbers. That's where we are right now. We're also working with part of the SLUT to identify the equipment, evaluation of those equipments, and the best equipment that we're going to use with the $23 million that we received from GEFA. Again, the first project that we're doing is water. We've already selected that equipment. Right now we're doing ancillary equipment as well. Those numbers came in a little bit higher than we anticipated, but as of right now, we reduced that budget down by $2 million. So we'll also have some of those numbers for you at the next board. So as of right now, you have any questions?
Any questions, Commissioner? Commissioner Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mayor. I was focused on something else when you first started talking. I apologize for that. Thank you for bringing us this information. So, is there any way we can see again a prioritization, a priority list of the things, just for dummies, a list for dummies, so we can kind of tell and talk to people out, our constituents about what the money's doing and where it's going and what we're doing for our water infrastructure, one of the more important, if not the most important, infrastructures in our county.
Yes, we'll have, during that presentation, I'm gonna have a list, and where we're doing it to get more bang for our buck, we're doing it in stages, so we won't have a complete draw all at one time. So we'll have several projects that's gonna happen in between 2019 and 2020. Another set of projects will be 21, 22, and 22 and 20. That's going to give us a more advantageous loan cycle, so you won't have a tremendous shock value as far as going on the water rates. But we will have those projects identified of what's the best needs as of right now to get us to where we need to be. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, sir, for being here tonight. I really appreciate you coming to us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is item number 8, consent agenda. Seek a motion of approval. Can I get a second? Been a motion by Commissioner Sims, second by Commissioner Calvin. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 4-0. Thank you. Next on the agenda is item number 9. gators at Murder Creek Farm. Lisa, could you please come up, please? Can you present tonight item number 9, please?
This is a request to approve the contract when we issued the RFP for the Christmas lights. We chose Great Estates, and they divided up phase 1 and phase 2. We have requested funds in our preliminary budget for the Christmas lights. Both phases come to $58,042.80. We were asking for approval for that.
I'm going to call on Commissioner. I see the motion.
So moved to approve Great Estates.
There's been a motion by Commissioner, there's been a motion by Commissioner Elkins, and second by Commissioner Cowell. Any discussion? Commissioner Sims.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lisa, you've done so much work down there at Gators, and that was a very short presentation. And I know you've done so much work. Could you just go into a little bit more detail about the Christmas event, the lights, the landscaping?
Yes, I can. Do you want me to go into more detail about what we have planned so far for Christmas?
The plans for the event and everything.
The number one thing for Christmas is Christmas lights. There's nowhere in our area or the nearby vicinity for families to take their children to for Christmas lights unless you go up to Lake Lanier, Gallery Gardens, or south. We want something for the citizens of Newton County and the surrounding areas to be proud of. A place that they can go every year to see beautiful, tasteful lights. We were also going to partner with the Main Street Trolley, and we're going to have the Gaither Express playing off of the movie The Polar Express. The trolley will have a conductor, we'll have golden tickets, he's going to punch the ticket, we'll have hot chocolate and Santa Claus, and every child gets a bell. Just really play off of that movie. If a child rides from Covington on the trolley, that price will be $30. Well, if I have multiple grandchildren, I cannot pay $30 per grandchild for that experience. So the front field at Gaither, if families want to meet there, they'll get the same experience on that trolley ride, but for $5 per child. The expense going from town out there is because the trolley has to pay for fuel and the driver and that type of thing. We're going to partner. I spoke with Barry's Tree Farm, and I'm speaking with the garden clubs, possibly have wreath making, centerpiece making. The Newton Festival of Trees has agreed to have the Festival of Trees this year in the Plantation Home or the Gaither Home, which that would be a big draw for people to come out there as well. Trying to think right off what else we're going to have. Crafts for children. The dates. The Christmas lights will be installed by mid-October. So we're going to be open probably, we haven't decided exactly yet, but Thanksgiving weekend. And people can ride through and see lights. We will not have activities then, but we want people to be able to enjoy the lights. And they can just, pay a minimum charge and come out and enjoy that. The Polar Express, or the Gaither Express, that's going to be December the 7th. And I believe the 14th is 2 Friday nights. And the 8th, maybe the 13th, but December 8th and the following Saturday, we're going to have vendors, food vendors and non-food vendors out there. We're going to have children can decorate cookies for a cause. We had even thought about partnering with police and care, because that is who the Festival of Trees will sponsor. And children could decorate cookies with police officers and get to know them, and then those proceeds, whatever we would charge, would go to the police who care. Have free areas set up so children can make ornaments. Really cute little ornaments that families want to save, not just take home and throw away, but you know, we're talking with the schools that will help partner with us, different churches that will come in and partner with us, people who volunteer. I stay in contact with the line producer from the $2 Pardon films, Code of Many Colors and Christmas of Many Colors. Hudson Hickman has sent out emails to the supporting actors to see if they might possibly come together and kind of recreate one of the scenes out there. And of course, it's not Dolly Parton or Ricky Schroeder or what's that girl's name? Jennifer Mills. Thank you. But I said we of course would love to have one of them as well if they would like to come.
Commissioner Sims?
So, and that sounds like an awesome event. So this is something that we anticipate doing annually to
Yes.
start to build an annual festival, and I hope we can break even, but even if not, having such a wonderful event. I know how the 4th of July event, it brings tens of thousands of people, not only our citizens, but people outside into our community. But that is in the 2019 budget.
Yes, sir. And one thing that we're charged with, I didn't mean to interrupt you, is to seek sponsorship. So we have sponsorship from many different levels, $50 up to $15,000, and we're not afraid to ask. So we have received some so far, and there are a number of organizations, businesses that I've spoken to, and their year ends January to December. So they have theirs planned already, but it starts over in January. So then they're looking at sponsoring us, and I've explained to them that's perfectly all right with us because our fiscal year ends July 30th. June 30th. Thank you.
Commissioner Schultz?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Lisa, I think it's a great idea. I do have some questions though in terms of, you mentioned when you first came to the microphone that this was
Phase one.
This is phase one. So is phase one $58,000?
That's the both combined.
Okay, so what is the phase one price? Because it looks to me like I can't get a sense of what the phase one price is and what the phase two price is.
With Great Estates, phase one was $47,626.50. Phase two is the area
Can you say that again?
$47,626.50. Phase two, $10,416.30. Phase two would begin at the area that the path or the small road that leads up to the church, the school, or the store and Miss Nell's cabin. That area is phase two. But we also want to partner with the churches and have them actually recreate the scene from Christmas of Many Colors, the major scene inside the church.
So it just, I guess when I look at these numbers that are from these other communities, that's a substantially different amount of money. I mean, it looks like the Main Street Covington annual contract is only $39,000. And I know.
Their annual?
Well, that's what it says here, Main Street Covington annual contract of $39,600.
Because I'm on the Main Street board.
That's what our document says.
Okay, I'm sorry, I did not read that.
And then, City of Monroe, it says their annual contract is around $18,000, and then City that's a substantially different amount.
And the Main Street contract, if I'm not mistaken, it is close to 50, and I could be totally off base on that. However, that is still right here. It's roof line lights on the square, and I think the street lights are on the square and then one block off, and then they light inside the square. But this will be, the front fence will be lit at Gateway. The fence at the house will be lit. Roof line on all the structures out there, the wedding tree, the gazebo area, the hummingbird garden, the cedar tree up there by Little Dolly's cabin. It's a lot more lights.
Well, and I guess my question is, when Covington started, it's been a progression. And I know they didn't start at 39,000. They started, I think it was closer to about 20,000, and they added lights each year. And so I'm just wondering if we are biting off a lot at this point until we know exactly what kind of financial commitment we're going to have, and I know you gave us some information in terms of what we would be charging, but do you have a written pro forma about the revenue stream?
No, we don't. Our steering committee does not, because all of this is brand new, and we don't.
And I guess that would be my question, and my concern is that maybe we're putting a lot of money up front when we need to kind of grow the process, make sure we have some successes, and then add to it if you're ready.
Thank you, Commissioner Evans, and Commissioner Calvin.
Thank you, Shane. I think, and I have not been in all the meetings, I've listened to the job of the meetings. I think part of our problem with starting smaller at Gators is that's a substantial drive to that facility. And to start with around 50th Street only, I think would be kind of a stretch. And we wanted to make it worth to drive out there. And at least to know that substantial cost comes with what everything we want to have lit, and something that can be driven through in vehicles. So I don't know if we could have started any smaller. I think, as a matter of fact, it's cut back from what we originally were quoted, if I'm not mistaken. It's just, we're kind of feeling our way as we go this year, but we want to make sure that we made a pretty good splash in the first year. And the money's budgeted already. I know we want to take care of what we're spending and make sure that we have our eyes on what we're spending. But I think it was important that we make a pretty good splash this time. I don't think this is going to be disappointing. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Calvin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to address some of the concerns that Commissioner Schultz had. One, I was at the city when we first started Christmas lights on the square, and part of the cost in there was with light kind exchange. We had our own electric department, utility department. They were up there all the time. They were rerouting electrical lines. They were doing things that we would normally have to have a contractor do on the site down there. So they were doing it, putting money into it that way. So it seemed like it started off small as far as the capital expense, but there's actually really a labor-intensive cost in there that we were providing up there because it's already our services up there. And so that's part of the reason it started that way. And I do remember that it seemed like we started at, when we first went with the lights around the buildings, it was about 30,000 because a lot of folks didn't think that was a reasonable expense to do that. But I think it's turned out to be the right decision for the city. And I think in the long run, this will be the right decision for the county to at least have that facility draw attention to our county in a positive way.
Commissioner Schultz.
Your comment made me think of my other comment. So in terms of the electrical, are these LED lights, are they,
LED.
and so what, is the electrical factored into this cost as well?
What our monthly power bill will become? No.
So
But we have, all of that is covered in our budget.
okay, so that increase in, for the month of, I guess you said that this would start
After Thanksgiving.
and then how long will it, how long after Christmas?
My vision is that people are going to want to come out all the time. And that they're going to want to come out there and see these lights after Christmas. And if I have to sit out there by myself and flip the switch, I'll do it.
So what is the time framework that you're planning?
Well, the plan was to begin with the 2 weekends in December, the 7th and 8th, and then the following weekend. But we are paying so much money for these lights, and they need to be available for the public to come out and see. We won't have vendors set up, but we can still have light refreshments. We won't have entertainment, but people can still come out and enjoy. And we will not interfere with Jimmy Park. And we will not interfere with Christmas on the Square. This is just something to enhance what we can offer people during the Christmas season.
Thank you. Commissioner Sims.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I guess my last concern, not really a concern, is just hoping that enough word is put out, advertising is done, so it is a success. Because it, like Commissioner Evans says, it is a little hike to get down there.
13 miles.
I mean,
13 from this building to that.
that's 25 miles. So it's
But
just a
we
little
typically
hike
advertisement
to get
budget.
there.
And I met with Michelle with SCBTV today.
Okay.
And I've met with about Conyers, about Rockdale Magazine. I've got a call into Alcoa Media, and then I know someone else.
Just put a good bit of money
But
into
we do have a
your
good
social
advertisement
media.
budget.
Your social media, just
Mhm.
make sure you have a great success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I seek a motion.
You
Already got one.
And come stand right, that's right. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Pass 3-1, thank you. Next on the agenda is item number 10, GSI, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
GIS.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a request from the GIS Department to send a letter of interest to the Georgia Mountain Regional Commission. That commission is entering into, seeking to enter into multiple agreements with multiple counties, up to as many as 80 counties, to share the cost of doing a flyover this December. This flyover will give us the most recent LiDAR information, and will help us to keep our mapping current, and also will give us better data, so data sets that we can then sell to the folks that need us, typically your utilities companies and developers and so forth. We'll look at that information. At this point, it's simply a letter of interest, and yes, we are interested in participating. We have budgeted $27,000 in our budget this year. I'm sorry, $28,500 for this. It was originally going to be done, we were going to partner locally, but this is an opportunity for us to save some additional money. And the cost of this will be split between the city of Covington, the Union County Water and Sewer Authority, and the county, 30, 30, and 40. So this is an excellent opportunity for us to get a better, more data at a less expensive cost.
Thank you, sir. I seek a motion tonight. Commissioner Sims.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I thought it was a resolution. I make a motion to approve,
Submit a letter of intent to Georgia Mountain Regional Commission.
Thank you. Second, please. It's been motioned by Commissioner Sims, second by Commissioner Cowell. Any discussion? Commissioner Schultz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I take it that the Georgia Mountain Regional Commission has approached counties, numerous counties across the state.
Right, they actually have approached 80 counties, and it looks like that the majority of those counties have already indicated that they are interested in taking part in this project. Naturally, the more counties that are involved, the less expensive, the less the cost will be for counties. So, even though we are not in their region, they have reached out beyond their region in order to try to secure their services.
So I was on the Tax Commission's website today, and some of the flyover information is back to 2016. So how quickly will this information be updated?
They'll do the flyover in December. Tim Lawrence, our GIS manager, is here. Tim, could you come up, please? Maybe address the commissioner's question.
Good evening, sir. Commissioner Schultz.
So how quickly will this information be updated, and will it be updated on, I mean, will it just be on the GIS platform, or will it go to all the different portals on the county that use mapping?
It will go to the public portal, QPublic,
Okay.
is what most of the folks use. It will be used internally by county, city, water authority. The flyover will actually occur between December, as early as December, or as late as March. And it's generally about 6 to 8 months to get the data back in-house. So it will be this time next year, late summer, early fall.
Well, there's no question that we need it, because, like I say, the QPublic data that I saw today was from 2016. So there's quite a bit of changes, at least in terms of parcels and the rest of that. Facebook is not.
Generally, the historic history here is we flag count every 3 years, just to get the raw images that you see. And every 6 years or so, we'll get LiDAR. LiDAR data allows us to generate topo data, which again we can sell to engineers, developers, what have you. I actually plan, once we get a quote from Mountains Authority City or Mountains Regional Commission, we'll bring that back before you next month. I think probably the second meeting in October, and I'll prepare a more detailed outline.
And so the letter of intent, there's no binding agreement.
No, ma'am, no obligation. Legal is reviewed, Sam and Paul. So he said, reviewed it last week, no objections.
Anyone else? Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Any more discussion? Commissioner Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, Lloyd, we've got 28,500 budgeted for this particular issue.
Right, that's correct.
All right, so the top end of 80 grand at 40% is 32,000. So you're not far off, but I mean, if it went to full 80 grand.
That is an estimate that was given to us by Georgia Mountain. They think that the very top end could possibly be that much, but we are prepared to, if it were to reach 80, we are prepared to find that in the budget to make sure.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Thank you. It passes 4-0. Next on the agenda, item number 11, Development Services Resolution R090418. Mr. Kirk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This resolution is to establish a street-light district for Ridge Hill subdivision, which is located off of US 278 near the intersection of Deep Step Road and 278. We'll give you some bearings. And the petition was filed in accordance with the requirements of the ordinance, and then this will move on to creating the streetlight district, and then the property owners will pay the county back reimburse the county for the expenses of the lights and the monthly lighting bills.
Thank you, sir. I seek a motion, please.
So moved. So moved to approve, So moved to approve resolution 090418.
That's good. Discussion, consideration to approve streetlight petition, Bridgeville subdivision, US 278.
It's been motion to approve by Commissioner Edwards and second by Commissioner Sims. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 4-0. Thank you. Next is item number 12, discussion, consideration to approve the proposed FY19 holidays calendar. Mr. Kerr.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is our FY19 calendar. These are the same holidays that the county has had now for, I believe, 2 years. And so we're simply asking that this schedule will be approved, and this has the updated days on updated dates.
Thank you, sir. I seek a motion of approval. It's been motion by Commissioner Edwards and second by Commissioner Sims. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 4-0. Thank you. Next is the first reading of alcohol license. Allen Best Buy, 66 Allen Road, Company George 316. Owner Jones Petroleum Company, Inc. Licensee Rosina Moran. First reading. Next is item number 14, citizens' comments. This opportunity will allow citizens to come up and make comments. You may come at this time. Please state your name and address for the record, please. Any citizen comments tonight? Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Thomas Butler, 650 Pleasure Drive. Well, I know there's nothing I can do about it, it's already been passed. But that number 9 deal, that's a big, there's a crap all over the accident. He always, Kurt talking about, we ain't got no money, we're broke. Hell, you can find money for junk like that.
Look,
Huh?
what's the language, please?
Hey, I ain't said nothing about that. Go ahead, kids. No, I started cussing, didn't it? You call me then. Go ahead. But I mean, you gotta drive out there. And then when you get out there, you gotta pay for everything. Nothing's free out there. And it's supposed to be, it belongs to us. It don't belong to y'all. I mean, y'all part of the county too, I understand that. But the thing belongs to the county. I think they would sell the thing and then let somebody run it, and we could get tax money off of it. You can get nothing off of it, man. That's why y'all are really sell the thing. The county's not supposed to be in the real estate business, stop it. I mean, the county is only supposed to have money that you get from the taxpayers. But that's the prime thing y'all voted like that. When her says everything, when something else comes up, oh, we ain't got no money, we're broke. I say 9 and 10 vote is a bunch of junk.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Anyone else? Give you a chance to come. Nope, okay. Commissioner Evans. Commissioner Sam.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just two things. One, I guess last week I said I might not be here, but little man decided he won't come about a week early. Him and mom both are doing fine. And my second thing is just to, yesterday with the news of the police shooting, really hit me pretty hard. I'm very close to a lot of our deputies, our firemen, coaching fire department, coaching police department. It really rocked my world yesterday. I've been just really torn through this whole thing. So just ask for everybody to continue to pray for our police officer, pray for his family, pray for his kids, pray for the doctors, pray for the nurses of the grave, and we look forward to bringing them home. Thank you.
Commissioner Schultz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, I'd like to tell Mr. Buckner that the stop sign at the railroad track is gone.
Hey, you're right, I see that.
And I'd like to echo what Commissioner Sims has to say. I think that, anytime one of our own is involved in something as frightening as what happened yesterday, it makes us realize how dependent we are on our public service personnel and how important they are to the life of our community. And I know that we are all united in support and prayer for this young man, and I hope that I understand he's been transferred to Grady, and I know the kind of work that Grady does, and he's in the best of care at Grady. So, not that he wasn't in the best of care wherever he's been at this point, but that gives me a lot of comfort. I'd also like to say to Sheriff Brown that last week in my district there was a very tragic shooting that occurred, and one of his sheriff's deputies had to go and assist that young woman who, for whatever reason, chose a very disastrous, made a very disastrous decision. And I'm very appreciative of the work that your department does, and I know that sheriff's deputy and I have communicated, and I know that was very difficult for her as well, because she is a mother, and it just, really brings tears to my eyes what our public safety personnel, the commitment that they make on a daily basis. So I just want to say thank you to your staff and to all public safety. Thank you.
Commissioner Calvin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to follow up with County Manager Lloyd Kerr, received a couple of calls from Porterdale regarding their SPOS money and everything. Would you mind us having a joint meeting with maybe you and the chairman, and I can maybe arrange it with county city manager in Porterdale and maybe the mayor out there, so that we can all get on the same page about some of their SPOS money from the previous SPOS. I think it's, I don't think it's the current SPOS, it's money that's been out there for a while.
Yeah, I'll be glad to arrange a meeting.
Okay, I just told them I'd bring it up tonight, and let's see what we can do. So maybe next week would be fine.
We'll try to get it scheduled as quickly as we can. Any information that I would ask if you would, Commissioner, any information you have about what particularly they're asking about before that, that'd be great.
I'm not exactly sure, but I think we're all not talking together, so we're getting different information. I think it would be good if we got everybody in the room together. Good. And in regards to the police officer, it's very sad, and I hired that young man. I was here. about 6 years ago. It's difficult to know that those things are happening in our community, but we just pray that the Lord will watch over it and ask y'all to pray for it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was with the HR director for the city yesterday when he got the call about the officer. It was quite an unbelievable moment. Our thoughts and prayers with him. But what I wanted to mention too was, on a brighter note, for our county and our community, if you didn't know, this weekend, Saturday afternoon, we had quite a number of young men participating in NCAA football this past weekend. From Georgia Tech, we had 2 at UGA from Newton County. We had 1 at James Madison that played NC State. He was the absolute star of the game for James Madison. So we had, and there were more. Spurgeon Gaither, there's a bunch of them. A lot of kids in this community represent this community well this past weekend. As a college football fan, it was just absolutely thrill for me. So that was quite enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I echo Commissioner Evans' comments on it. We got quite a few athletes out there that's at the D1 level that's representing Newton County well. But yesterday was a pretty hard day, because I know Officer Cooper, I know him personally. One thing I was glad to see yesterday is that was, I have a vision of one Newton. And I saw the sheriff's office along with the Covington Police Department working together as one. I got so many calls yesterday saying that the sheriff's office and the police department was up at Atlanta Medical Center together. And when I got to the hospital today to see Officer Cooper, I saw the sheriff's department and the Covington Police Department there standing united as one. And that's the vision that I see for our community, working at one Newton, operating as one Newton. And it's moving in that direction. We got a long way to go, but it's moving in that direction. And our prayers just definitely with Matt. A lot of you don't know it, but Justin White is my cousin and Commissioner Sims' cousin as well. A lot of you didn't know that. And so our prayers are definitely with his family, that, the Lord, healing hand touch his body and bring him home. I think that'll be all of our prayers. We do have an executive session tonight, but I don't think we'll be taking a vote. So I seek a motion that we enter into executive session. Been motion by Commissioner Sims, second by Commissioner Evans. All in favor? Thank you.